Today we'll be heading out to the city of Ålesund to have a look at the May Day parades happening in Norway to see what that is like, and we'll be filming that and bringing all of it, so make sure to watch this video to the very end, and we'll see what's happening, guys. Marching together with the Socialists were people from the Palestinian Committee in Norway, and they were holding banners saying things like, quote, boycott Israeli products, unquote. And really a lot of my experience with Scandinavian socialists are that they don't seem to like Israel very much, and they're very fond of the Palestinians. So it's really no surprise that they were marching together here. After the May Day parade was finished, politicians from the Socialist Left Party and the Communist Party, which you can see here on the screen now, took to the stage to have some speeches. And now I particularly want to point out some things that it's all in Norwegian, by the way, so you wouldn't understand much if you're English speaking what he was saying, but some things I want to point out. He talked proudly about how the socialists in Norway in 1918 were building a paramilitary army to force the politicians to agree to their terms. But he then said that they didn't need that because the politicians more or less surrendered and agreed to their terms anyway. He also talked fondly about the Russian Revolution and how that gave strength to the Norwegian socialists at the time. So, I mean, this guy is a he's a pure communist, and I didn't get any pictures of it, but later on he actually had a bag with Che Guevara on and the Cuban flag on it, and I mean the party that he's representing has the literal red star as its logo. And the thing is, you know, these people are speaking open in the street. You know, communism has killed 100 million people, and they're allowed to speak open in the street like this. Why? So just to summarize this May Day parade here in Norway that I reported on today, I have to say that almost all of the attendees, I mean, the average age must have been like 60 or 70 years old or something like that. They were all old people, so I think it's safe to say, I mean, there were no young people there, so I think it's safe to say that socialism really is dying in Europe. Now, of course, these people, you know, when you look at these people, you could be mistaken to think that these are some really nice, lovely people, you know, just your old kind old ladies, you know. But you have to remember that communism and socialism has killed over 100 million people this last century. It's really one of the most evil ideologies in the whole world. It's really astounding to think that, you know, whenever someone mentions the Nazis, you know, everyone knows instantly, yeah, they're bad people, but whenever someone says communist, they're like, they don't really know all the evils of communism. It's really important to educate people on how evil communism actually is. How many people are murdered, you know, Mao, Stalin, just horrible stuff. And we have to make sure that communism never returns, because I'm seeing some worrying signs, especially in some countries, that communism might be coming back. So it's really important to make sure that this does not happen. Freedom is non-negotiable. And you know, something that astounded me a little bit during the speech that was given by a politician there from the Communist Party at this May Day march, he talked about how in Norway in 1918, I think it was, how the socialists were building an army to get their will through with force if necessary. And he also said how they had the Russian Revolution at the same time, which gave them strength, and he thought that was a good thing. And but he said luckily they didn't need to put pressure on the politicians to do their will, so they didn't need any violence. But it really goes to show how communism and socialism is actually quite violent at its core. You know, if they don't get their will through democratically, they want to take to violence to get it through non-democratically. So it's really important to not allow that to happen. And an interesting thing that most people might not know about is, do you know when the May Day celebrations were actually introduced in Norway? It was actually introduced in 1942 by Quisling and the Nazis who occupied Norway. They were the first ones to introduce May Day as a holiday celebration. And now the socialists are continuing that legacy and that celebration. You know, is that really the kind of thing they want to be doing? It really goes to show you what kind of people these are. It's really funny how the mainstream media doesn't mention that it was actually the Nazis who first introduced May Day celebrations to Norway. Why is that not more in the mainstream media? Why is the mainstream media celebrating May Day as if it's such a good thing? But they completely ignore it was actually the traitor Quisling who introduced it to Norway in 1942 in occupied Norway. It's really incredible to see how the mainstream media completely ignores these things. So that's why it's important that people like me, independent journalists, bring you the truth that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. So thank you so much for watching this, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit notification bell to get notifications whenever new videos come out, and share this video all over social media. Little personal thing here as well, If you want to support my work at all, please do so. It's highly appreciated and really helps me keep going and producing quality journalism. And I now also have a Discord server, so everyone who supports me on Patreon with $5 or more per month gets exclusive access to my Discord server, so where you can talk directly with me and other like-minded people. So it's a really good opportunity, and it really helps me out a lot if you could help me out with just a little bit of support every month. It really means a lot, and thank you so much, guys. You're the best, and I'll see you later.